More now on the search for MH370, this continuing 6-year-long now aviation mystery. Ean Higgins joins us, a senior journalist at the Australian, for the latest on this search. Ian, there's a fair bit happening right now on moves to try to have this search, including a Houston-based sophisticated underwater search company. What would that be doing?
Well, that is MH370. That was the first search by Ocean Infinity, which is a private company. It searched a couple of years ago and didn't come up with anything on the basis of what was called a no fine, no fee deal with the Malaysian government. Now, there's been a bit of talk around as to whether or not Ocean Infinity might launch another search with the agreement of the Malaysian government. But as yet, it seems to me that everybody's sort of dancing around in terms of tacit negotiations between the Malaysians and Ocean Infinity. But as yet, the Malaysians aren't quite convinced there's enough new evidence to do so, but they're open to listening to any new ideas.
And it seems like the French government's really the only one that's still prosecuting the case, trying to solve this mystery. Why do you think it has fallen off the radar for so many people?
Well, it's a passage of time. It's the lack of really concrete new evidence to launch a new search. But there is also talk of whether or not the Queensland government might launch a coronial inquest into the death of 4 Queenslanders who were on the flight. This is being sought by some airline captains that believe it's time to find out what really happened and what the Australian Transport Safety Bureau might be able to tell us that they haven't told us already.
So much hinges on what happened after those now pretty haunting words from Captain Shah. Good night, Malaysia 370, before it vanished from radar screens after the second transponder was turned off. There's still debate around exactly what happened after that point, but is there any more knowledge out of these latest revelations, or is it still a bit of a contested guessing game?
Well, there is, of course, the Sky News documentary coming up over the next couple of nights, and I have some knowledge of what's in that, and it's quite revealing in terms of who might have known what when. Look, there is debate about what actually happened to the flight. Until the aircraft is found and the black box recorders are retrieved, we won't really know for sure what happened. But the general feeling in the professional aviation community is that by far the most likely scenario was that the captain, Zaharie Ahmad Shah, hijacked his own aircraft when the co-pilot was out on an errand to the main passenger cabin, and then depressurized the cabin while he was on his long oxygen supply and put everybody to sleep through hypoxia, and then flew the aircraft to the southern Indian Ocean. That's the most popular theory around.
And do you think that there is cause to think that the Malaysians may have more information on MH370 that they're not sharing?
Well, we know they do. For example, the primary radar, that was the military radar, which after the event, when it was played back, showed that the aircraft turned and flew back over Malaysia and then up the Straits of Malacca. That primary radar, military radar data has not been released by the Malaysians. They say, oh, look, it's military, therefore it's secret. But that's certainly one thing which a lot of MH370 watchers would very much like to get their hands on.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've done our job for us, Ian. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to watching tomorrow night. Thank you for your time, and of course those specials on Sky News. But also, for more on Ean Higgins' research, you can grab a copy of his book, The Hunt for MH370. He spent years investigating the mystery.
It's also part of that explosive 2-part documentary we've been referring to, MH370, The Untold Story. It will reveal crucial clues that were missed in the initial search as investigators try to solve the aviation mystery. That's this Wednesday and Thursday night right here on Sky News.